Hello, my name is Ian Lowen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make my chicken recipe. The way I make it is that I like to cut my chicken really thin and into longer pieces, kind of like chicken strips. And then your ingredients essentially will be chicken, flour, eggs, and then panko, which I'm going to open here just 1 minute. Need scissors. I don't have. There we go, found better scissors. So once your panko is also ready to go, I'm going to show you how to do the spices. And I mean, technically you can experiment with them however you'd like. You can do pretty much anything. I have a specific way I like mine, and I'll go through that because everyone I've asked says they like it, so it must be pretty decent. So, the first thing you do is you take pepper and you hard to open things with one hand. I will set this up and hope that I'm in frame because I can't see it. So you want to take your pepper and you want to put 1 teaspoon of pepper in. Again, I very much hope you can see me. And you're gonna put that into your panko. And actually, depending on how much panko you used, I'd say maybe half a teaspoon per half a bag, or a teaspoon per half bag. So I'm gonna put in 2. Then the next one is going to be salt. And you can do the exact same thing. Same amount. You're gonna do 2 teaspoons if you put in a whole bag. And I mean, you probably don't need a whole bag most of the time. I just did it, it depends on how much chicken you're making. I'm not making that much, but I used a whole bag anyways. So once the salt is in, then the sort of not so secret ingredient is garlic powder, which you wanna put about half in as the other 2 spices, otherwise it gets very strong. And also, you can taste, so like, once you start cooking, you want to taste a piece, like the first piece you make, you want to do by itself and then taste it. If it tastes too strong, you add more panko, generally. If it's too little, you just add more garlic powder. Now, the next step is you have to actually season the chicken as well. So I like to use seasoning salt, and I just pour it all over the chicken. And then, yeah, remove this. And there we go. So I just put in a bunch. And then you just want to mix it in. So, I mean, so I'm gonna put you down again for a minute, and I'm just gonna mix it in with both hands, make it easier. And you want all your chicken, essentially you just want to rub in a bunch of seasoning salt. It really helps the flavor, makes it taste good. Also, this is not necessarily a recipe for children. As you have to boil oil and you're working with raw meat, which can be dangerous. Not is, but can be. Once you're done with the chicken, obviously you want to wash your hands so you don't get salmonella off. And then that's actually most of the prep work done. I still have to mix the panko mix in. So you just like take your spoon and you just want to want to get it nice and thoroughly mixed. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just to even it out, because when you dip, you could be dipping kind of anywhere in here. Also, yeah, you might, a similar use of bowls would probably be good. You want a big bowl for this, for the panko, because that's where you need to do the final dipping. And yeah, the last thing I'm gonna do before I get ready to start cooking is I'm gonna whisk the eggs here with a fork, break up the yolks so that you just have whole egg, or I guess unwhole egg, as you're mixing it up. So the one thing that I forgot to do that I should be doing right now is I should have the deep fryer heating up so that I can start as soon as I'm done this. So I won't be able to, but I'll just stop, and then I'll show you guys how to bread the chicken as well. Thanks. I will be back in about 10-15 minutes. So I'm back. So the deep fryer has finished heating up, which is lovely, and I'm going to show you how to actually bread, and then I'll show you a bit of deep frying, just not all of it, because it takes a while. We don't have the biggest deep fryer, so you want tongs, and I forgot to get a pan to put all the chicken on. So we have a pan, and I like to use these racks so that the oil drips off of it and cooling off. Then you'll want your tongs, and you'll want a steak knife or something else sharp to check the cooked chicken, because you don't want to feed anyone uncooked chicken. And now we're ready. So this is how you actually deep fry. You take one of your pieces of chicken. Here's a piece. You put it in flour. You want to get it coated completely if you can. I like to just throw some flour on top. Then you put it into the egg, and you cover it in egg. And then the final step is put it in the panko, and then cover both sides. And there you go. That's pretty much it, really. Then that goes into the deep fryer. And then I like to do one piece, and then wash my hands, get all the gunk off. And then I like to check one piece, because if the seasonings are wrong, you want to maybe add more salt, pepper, garlic powder, whatever you can. And then you don't have to, you haven't made a bunch already that isn't as good. Although pretty much it'll be good. You could probably not season it at all and it would be tasty, but definitely better when you put on the right things. So while it's going, you want to leave it for maybe a couple minutes. What I like to do is I bread more. So I'm not for the first one, but what I'll do is once that one's good and I know that it's tasty, I'll bread a bunch, put them on this piece of wood, this cutting board, and then once a batch is done, I take them all out and put them on there, and then I can have another batch ready to go right away. And then I will start doing that again while the next batch cooks. And usually by the time I'm done breading 3 pieces, which is how much fits in here, by that point I can take these ones out, because they're done cooking. They really don't take very long. I have mine at about 185 degrees, which cooks faster than you'd expect. I mean, it says on here that chicken takes 15 to 20 minutes, but I think that's like if you put in like a whole chicken or something. I don't know. But once it's been cooking for a little bit, you maybe flip it. But that's about it. You pretty much just wait until it's done. When you're done everything, you want to throw out your panko eggs and flour. You can compost the eggs. You'll want to throw out the flour and the panko though, I think. Don't quote me on it, I don't know for sure, but that's what I've been doing. And then you can just wash everything with normal soap. Same with these. It's a lot of cleanup at the end, but it's worth it for some very tasty chicken. And might I add, you don't have to use panko. You can just use normal breadcrumbs, and you can do the exact same thing with just regular breadcrumbs. But the panko comes out very crispy, which I enjoy. So, yeah. Give this piece another minute or so, and then I'll show you. Sorry. So another good test is kind of, if it's bubbling lots, that means it's still cooking the surface. I've noticed when it starts to stop to bubble, it's definitely done. Although you can usually take it out before that, and it'll be a bit juicier. I don't really have a time I put them in for. I kind of just play it by ear. Although if you'd like, you could probably find an actual, you know, measuring time. So that one looks relatively done. Like I said, I kind of just go based on how long it takes me to do the other breading. So I'm going to put this down for a second and cut open the chicken. Because you want to, like I said, make sure that no one's going to get sick. The other thing about cutting it really thin is that it's done a lot quicker. So this is kind of what you want to see. No pink in the middle means it's done. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going then. I'll kind of show how it can be done a bit quicker when you're going fast. Maybe I won't do a great job showing off that it can be done quicker, because I'm kind of slow sometimes, but make sure you don't have too much egg dripping. And then the other nice thing about having this little board here is that even if you don't want to do them while you're cooking, if you want to do it in between, or maybe you have, this is something that could be great for kids to do. If you have kids, you could have them help by just breading. So you just go through and bread however many you think will fit comfortably. You don't want to overload your deep fryer with too many pieces, because then it won't cook properly. And yeah, I mean, there's not too much else to say other than that, you know, enjoy your chicken. I'm gonna sign off now. Thanks for watching, and tell me if you liked it. If you tried out, tell me what you thought. I like hearing about if people like my cooking, and I mean, although I may not be cooking it, it's kind of my recipe mixed with a bunch of ones. Like my aunt showed me a chicken recipe, and I mixed in some elements from there. A recipe I found online specifically for panko was mixed in, along with a bunch of others. And yeah, I mean, seems to work. So thanks, see ya.